Brexit poll. 2/3 of Britons now support future referendum on rejoining the EU. That's about as believable as when Prince Harry told us that he drank 40 pints, banged 3 barmaids behind the pub, and also thumbed his gonads in while he was at it. Right, I want to talk about this issue. It's cropped up a lot in the last few days. There's been dozens of stories about it, and frankly, I think it's about as believable as the last 500 YouGov polls. And if you don't think YouGov is heavily partisan, you don't think much at all, do you? Britons still broadly support COVID-19 vaccine passports. Brits support new national lockdowns. This was on the third set, saying the vast majority, 85% of Britons, supported the national lockdown measures. As if normal people don't go to pubs and talk about these things. I knew almost nobody who supported the lockdown measures, certainly by the third set. What's the next poll going to say? 85% of Brits think Gary Glitter should be working at Great Ormond's Children's Hospital. How stupid do they think we are? And obviously the BBC have made us a scorecard. Brexit, the scorecard 2 years on. I trust the BBC scorecard about as much as I trust Father O'Malley, the particularly sweaty Catholic priest, to look after the children for half an hour while I nip to the shops. The report card on Brexit is not reassuring on growth, inflation, business costs, or the impact across economic growth or productivity. These are the people who told us that there wasn't an endemic grooming gang problem when you've had literally hundreds of thousands of young lasses end up with a severe limp. Boxes aren't the only things getting folded up out the back of pizza shops in Britain. And it gets even funnier. I haven't shown you the daftest ones yet. Russia wouldn't have invaded Ukraine without Brexit, suggests top MEP. I think maybe without Brexit, maybe there's no invasion, say Guy Verhofstadt. I don't even want to start on Guy Verhofstadt, honestly. Have you seen the clip of him? I haven't doctored this picture, I swear down, it's straight off the Express website. Are you ready? What a creature that is. NHS specs, massive gap in his teeth, big dangly lugs. If Elton John's mother got a back alley abortion at 30 weeks in and it unfortunately lived, that's what you'd end up with. Guy Verhofstadt. Also, they need to make their mind up. Are we a small country that's not really a big player anymore, or not? Why on earth would Russia not have invaded Ukraine if the UK was still in the European Union? Would we have had 20,000 tanks on the Eastern Front, would we? It doesn't even make any sense. Our navy's smaller than France's, and our army's now manned with limp-wristed beta male soy boys and diversity hires. There's nothing to be frightened of, is there? I just hope we've got good drones and robots, because the soldiers nowadays are going to be about as much use as a nun's tits. And obviously they're all over Twitter as well. Brexit has failed. Even the Telegraph has reported that Project Fear was right. It's time to reverse this national disgrace. Yeah. Reverse it. Reverse it, like you can just reverse it. Listen to me, you contemptible, sparrow-boned soy boy. There was a vote. You lost. There was 5 votes, really, wasn't it? There was 5. Because the Tories won a landslide, saying that they were the only party that would allow people to have a referendum. Then the Tories won again, saying they were the only party who'd give everyone a referendum. Then there was an actual referendum. Then there was another election, which Boris Johnson won. And there was the European elections, where Nigel Farage created a party out of nothing and won, unheard of, unprecedented. And it served as a statement of intent. It's not up for debate. There was a vote, you lost. You can't just undo it because you're from down south and you're a middle-class shandy drinker and you think, well, who cares about what those northern monkeys have to say about it? The only reason we still have a democracy is because we decided many, many years ago that simply losing an election but promising to have them regularly was better than lining up across a big field and stabbing each other. And when people stop accepting the result of democratic votes, there is no point in having democratic votes. If you want to drag us back into the EU, then you have to come and drag me out of the pub and try and give me a good shoeing in the car park, because I'm not having it. We had many votes, you lost them all. And you lost the referendum, and you lost the argument. You can't just drag us back in because you think you're more important because you're a middle-class arsehole from down south. It's not happening. Anyway, the purpose of this video is to give you a motivational speech. Do not give them a single inch, not 1 inch. You've seen how this is the thin edge of the wedge, time and time and time again in this day and age. Look, every issue it is. Remember when gay people wanted to get married and everyone was like, yeah, okay, we don't care. They got it. And then it's like, now we demand equal representation. Now we're going to count how many gay people there are on TV. Oh, there's not enough gay racehorse commentators. And now we're at full-blown commie diversity quotas. Quotas. Like we're living in Mao's China. It is the thin end of the wedge. You cannot give them a single inch. Do not even entertain the idea of saying, oh, well, I suppose we can have another vote then. I mean, that's democracy. No, it's not. We had numerous votes. They lost them all. The Tories were also anti-Brexit. 9 out of 10 Tory MPs hate the very idea, which is why they didn't do it for so long. We haven't got Brexit yet. It's a bino, just like the rhinos. Brexit in name only. We didn't get it. It was all part of the plan. Balls it up on purpose and then get us back in. It's not happening. Do not stand for it. Don't even entertain the idea. Support any party that 100% categorically commits to never going back in, because it is the thin end of the wedge. And once they wedge that up there, you best grab your ankles, because they'll be wedging a few more things up your dirt box. Anyway, brief one, because I'm going away for the weekend. I'll be back for a live stream on Monday. Have a great weekend. Toodle pip.